Lily was a new mother. She was all alone. Her baby Leo was so small. He was her entire world now. Their small apartment felt vast at night, so empty and vast. She worried all the time. Was Leo okay? Was he breathing right? The silence of the night pressed down on her. It was a heavy, suffocating thing. She needed rest. She desperately needed some peace. She had to find a way to calm her racing heart. So she bought a baby monitor. A simple thing, really. A small camera for Leo's room, a receiver for her nightstand. The box promised such wonderful peace of mind. She set it up with careful hands. The picture on the screen was a little fuzzy, but she could see him, Leo, his tiny chest moving up and down. The soft, gentle sounds of his baby breaths came through. It was a comfort, a real comfort. This machine would be her helper. Those first few nights felt different. They were better than before. Much, much better. Lily could finally let go a little. She could breathe. She would watch the small screen. Leo slept soundly. He looked like a tiny angel. The monitor hummed a soft, low tune. It was a good sound, a normal, everyday sound. Sometimes there was static, a hiss, just static. She told herself it was only static, nothing more than that. She put her trust in that machine. It became her eyes, her ears. It watched over little Leo. It guarded him while she tried to sleep, tried to find some rest. The old apartment building still groaned. It still creaked inside. Old buildings always do that. But the monitor was her steady, constant friend, a technological guardian, she sometimes mused. She didn't know then. She couldn't have known the peace was so thin, so easy to break. Then it began. A tiny sound. Not her Leo. He was fast asleep. She could see him on the small screen, so still, so peaceful in his little crib. It was a whisper. It was so very faint. She thought she had imagined it at first, just the house settling, she told herself. Or maybe interference from the neighbors. It had to be something ordinary, something she could explain away, something that wasn't meant to scare her. But the very next night it returned, a little clearer this time, not so easy to dismiss. A soft, quiet murmur, a hushed, sibilant voice. It wasn't distinct words yet, not quite. More like someone sighing very softly, or whispering secrets just out of reach. Lily sat bolt upright in her bed, her heart hammered in her chest. She stared at the monitor. Leo hadn't moved an inch. The room was dark, empty, except for her baby, her precious boy. The whispers continued. They grew stronger, night after terrifying night. They became much clearer, frighteningly clear. "He's so pretty," a strange voice would sigh. It was a dry, rasping voice, like dead leaves skittering across cold pavement. Not a voice she recognized, and not a kind voice, no. It sent icy shivers crawling down her spine. Cold, unwelcome shivers. She always checked Leo. He was always fine, always sleeping soundly. But the voice was there. Sleep became a forgotten luxury for Lily. Her eyes felt heavy, always tired. Dark, bruised circles formed beneath them. She would jump at every little sound, every creak of the floorboards. The whisper was always there now, lurking, waiting for the quiet of the night, waiting for her to listen. She felt a tight knot of fear harden in her stomach, a cold, heavy knot. Was she losing her mind? Was this real? Or was the loneliness finally breaking her? Lily started to doubt her own mind. Was she truly hearing these things, or was she imagining it all? The terrible lack of sleep, the constant stress of new motherhood. It could do strange, cruel things to a person. She tried hard to ignore the whispers. She turned the monitor's volume down low, but she couldn't turn it off. She needed to hear Leo. The whispers were a terrible, cruel trick, a dark price for that small comfort. Her sanity felt like it was fraying. She called the monitor company. Her voice trembled a little. "Is this normal?" she asked them. "Can it pick up other signals, other voices?" They told her it was highly unlikely. A secure channel, they said. Very secure. They offered to send a replacement unit. But Lily knew deep down. It wasn't just the monitor, not simply a faulty machine. The problem was deeper, colder, much closer to home. Fear was her constant companion now, a shadow that followed her everywhere. The whispers started to change. They became more personal, more direct. Lily, the strange voice would rasp out. Her name. How did it know her name? You're so tired, Lily. So very tired. It seemed to enjoy her growing fear. It seemed to feed on her terror. She felt watched all the time, even when the monitor was switched off. The air in the small apartment grew thick, heavy, oppressive. She sensed a presence nearby, an unwelcome, unseen guest. She was desperate. So she bought a small webcam, another pair of eyes. She set it up carefully in Leo's nursery, pointing right at his little crib, and also at the darkest corner of the room, the corner where the shadows always seemed deepest. She needed to see. She needed proof of what was happening. Or maybe, just maybe, she needed to prove herself wrong. She hoped she was wrong. Oh God, how she hoped. The waiting was pure agony. The dread was suffocating her slowly. Each night was a torment. One night, the whispers were louder than ever. More insistent, more menacing. He looks just like you, Lily. The voice sounded so close. Too close. It sounded like it was right there, right next to Leo's crib. Lily's blood turned to ice water in her veins. Her hands trembled uncontrollably as she gripped the monitor. She stared at the grainy, flickering image. Leo was stirring in his sleep. Fussy. He seemed unsettled by something she could not see. Then, on the new webcam feed, she saw it. For just a moment, a terrible, fleeting moment, a shadow. It detached itself from that darkest corner. It was tall, impossibly thin. It had no features she could see. It wasn't just a trick of the light. It was really there. It was leaning, as if it were looking down at Leo. The air in her own bedroom dropped. It became freezing cold. She couldn't breathe. The figure was like smoke, but darker, more solid than any shadow should be. The baby monitor crackled loudly, a burst of static, then one final terrible whisper. It was clearer than it had ever been before, right into the monitor's microphone. Always watching. The voice was cold, so utterly cold. Then complete silence. The figure on the webcam feed was gone. It had vanished, just like that. Lily snatched Leo from his crib. Her heart pounded. She ran out of the apartment, into the dark, cold night. She didn't dare look back, not once. They never returned to that apartment, not ever. Lily and little Leo moved in with her sister. The whispers finally stopped, but the fear, the fear never truly left her. It lingered inside, a cold, hard spot in her memory. Was it a restless ghost? A faulty wire playing tricks on her tired, stressed mind? Or was it something else entirely? Something much worse? She never found out. But sometimes, late at night in the quiet, she still felt watched, and the silence was never truly silent for her again.